Up next, we have an amazing friend of mine, Suze Morrison, which is a new NDP MPP elect for Toronto Centre, and a years-long community organizer and advocate.
Yes!
Suze Morrison.
So, it's been a busy weekend here on university. Just yesterday, we had our premier sworn in just up the street here in this building. And among his cabinet selections and how he has structured our ministries going forward, there's something that I want to talk about. A very subtle change was made when our premier decided to merge the Ministry of Indigenous Relations and Reconciliation into a ministry that is responsible for lands, that is responsible for mines, and that is responsible for the North. And what's really significant about what happened is that it is a clear signal to our communities that this province, that this premier is no longer interested in the two words he removed from that title, and that is relations and that is reconciliation. And I would like to tell Doug Ford that those two things are not optional. And when we talk about relations with Indigenous communities, and when we talk about the family separations that are happening at the border, we cannot disconnect these things from government's approach to dealing with communities in a relationship that is based solely on land and who owns it and who controls it. And what we are seeing happening at these borders, these imaginary lines that we have drawn in the sands to divide ourselves, that in some cases cut straight through the middle of traditional territories and divided communities historically. And these children are being separated from their families as punishments because of our relationship to land and who owns it. And we have to keep fighting because, again, here in Ontario, we are seeing it in this building with this premier who says that my relationship to Indigenous people looks like land and looks like the resources that can be extracted from the lands and not supporting the people who live on that land and care for it. So, my call to all of you, over the next 4 years, we cannot stop fighting. We cannot let the people in this building, and I will be on the front lines holding my colleagues at Queen's Park accountable. We cannot let them realize what is happening in our communities. And we need to start learning from our history. And our history on this land shows us what happens when we lead with the politics of fear and division, and when we take children away from families. So for the next 4 years, we're gonna fight. And I need all of you calling, emailing, writing your MPPs, your MPs, your city officials every single day. Never stay silent for a minute, because we must continue to hold our governments accountable for what they do. No one is illegal!
Let's go, land!
No one